What's up, guys? My name's Trevor, and today we're going to be talking about how to get things done or how to plan tomorrow today. So, this isn't a new concept. I'm sure you've heard about it many times from different people. The first time I heard about it was about 8 years ago from the late Jim Rohn. Later on, I ran into it with Andy Frisella, Jocko Willink. They all have different takes on this and the way that they do it, but the principles are the same. When you wake up in the morning, you want to already know what you need to do for the day. You don't want to be rushing and trying to figure it out with like a cloudy mind. You should be able to perform as if you were a robot and you look at the list and then you automatically know what to do. So there's no trying to make it up at, 7 in the morning. You're waking up and you're trying to figure that out. That should already be done the night before. So this is how I do it. It's a simplified version compared to maybe some people, but you can modify this and make changes or to suit what works for you. So for me, I just have a plain notebook here. Um, all I'm doing is I'm writing down the date, and then I'll go and I'll usually have 5 lines. So you want to put the most difficult thing first. Like when you first get up in the morning, that's when you have the most energy. And that's when you can do the best, what I would call like deep work. So if you have something hard and you try and do it at the end of the day, it's never going to happen. But if you put that item first, you're way more likely to get it done and then use that momentum to finish the smaller tasks throughout the day. So to me, I think there should only be one big task each day. You don't want to put in 25 things. You'll just never get them done. Or you'll pick away at the small ones, like the really easy to do ones, and then the day will go on and then the hardest one you'll avoid. When you write things down, you're way more likely to get them done, especially if you're reasonable with the list and you prioritize what needs to be done on that day. You're not putting your whole life's objectives on that daily thing. Obviously, there's a quote that everyone has heard, and they say you overestimate what you can get done in a day, but you underestimate what you can get done in a year. So, this is all just about compound interest. You're getting things done daily, taking off your list. You get that psychological boost because you feel good because you accomplished something on the day. So keep the list simple to what needs to be done on that day. Have one real hard thing that needs to be done first thing in the morning, and then you can do easier tasks throughout the day. And if you're busy, if you got a lot going on, you got a full-time job and stuff, it might just be one or two things on the day. This is completely up to you. But make sure you get that hard thing done. In some cases, you might want to write down things that you need to do in a week or 2 weeks and put them on another page in your notebook. And there's a couple reasons for doing this. The first reason is the fact that you can't think clearly when you have a bunch of things that you're holding like in your mind. Not only are you going to get more done by writing out a list, you're also going to get these things off your mind, which is why sometimes I would recommend if you have stuff that you know is coming up that's important, to have them written down or that information stored somewhere else, maybe at the end of your book, or maybe you go in advance and you write, okay, a week from now, I need to do this or that. Because all this stuff, it stays on your mind, and I find it clouds your mind and actually makes it hard for you to be super productive or to come up with new ideas because you're holding on to these thoughts that you know that need to be done. But when you write them down somewhere safe, it's almost like your brain can let go of them because they know, okay, Trevor has this written down in his book. We won't forget about it. We can kind of release that thought and make way for new things to come in and new ideas. So a prime example of this is if you go to, let's say, to the grocery store and you know that you need bananas and chicken and rice. You know that you need these things. So you're going there to get these 3 things. But you go check out, you get in your car, you drive home, and you go, oh man, I needed sugar. Like, I knew I needed sugar, but I didn't write that down, and I walked right past the sugar. So we're quite often reminded of these things at really inconvenient times. So it's like the data is stored in your head, but it's like not a perfect system. So you'll get the data at the wrong time. It'll be like the next day when you've already gone to the grocery store and walked right past it, then you'll remember you needed it. So the idea is you get these things written down, they're more likely to get done. I learned about this from a book. I believe it was called Getting Things Done, The Art of Stress-Free Productivity. I think it was by David Allen. And I learned about this years ago. To be honest, I found the book kind of hard to read and a bit dry, but the main takeaway is that you need to store things that you need done, not only for productivity, but just to keep your mind clear. So, like I said, every day, notebook, date, 5 things, one hard thing, and then usually 4 other smaller things that I need to get done. If you don't get something done, you can always carry it over to the next day. If it's something that's going to be ongoing, like maybe you work out in the morning, if that's already a habit in your life, you don't want to be putting that on there. It needs to be things that you aren't going to automatically do. So anything that is habitual, don't put it on your list because you're already doing that. If anything, you want to use this list to develop more habits so you have less things that you need to put on here in the future. Anyways, guys, I hope this is helpful. I've been doing this for 7 or 8 years, and I think I'd be way further behind where I am now if I didn't pick up a simple notebook and write out my day every evening. All right, if you have any questions, hit me up in the comments, like and subscribe for more videos just like this. Peace.